we're bringing you more woo because we're trying to branch out a little bit and try some new stuff on Utah Outcasts. And we're going off people's suggestions. Everybody loves the Christian stuff. Everybody loves the right-wing watch stuff. But sometimes our world just needs to be a little bit more diverse. And we've tackled topics like breatharianism or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now we're going to be working at the world of crystal healing.
Ooh, magic Crocs.
Magic Crocs?
Magic rocks.
Magic
rocks.
I know it's what you said, but it sounded like magic Crocs. And I'm like, that
they work just as well.
Worst thing.
They are comfortable. Don't you dare.
They are worse than the stone.
They
but you're not
when you walk.
You'd probably get more nutrition out of water that's been with a pair of Crocs in it for 24 hours instead of the Mario Batali ones too. Just
oh my god, no! Oh my god!
They're super rapey Crocs.
Oh no!
You know there's jizz.
He doesn't take them off when he's sexually assaulting somebody.
Oh,
he's trying to thrust, and it's like squeaky noises.
Stop it! Oh my god!
The Croc fart. The sound those dumb shoes make.
Do you think he stops first, pulls them off, and like pulls the little strap down so it's hooked around his heel so they don't come off first?
No, he does not. He's rude on top of being a monster.
All right, back to Magic Rocks, guys.
Sorry. Oh man, we should have really fair warning that one. Sorry about that.
Hi, I'm Laura Parker with Stones of Change in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to use crystals for healing and what you would do to perform crystal healing. What you'll need is to find yourself a reputable holistic practitioner.
Those words don't belong together.
Well, okay, here's the fucked up thing: is holistic just means like whole body. But they
that doesn't. It doesn't mean
there's
it.
a lot of doctors out there who will say things like, "I'm a holistic doctor." They don't mean woo. They mean they focus on the whole person, including emotional experience and everything. A lot of DOs take that kind of philosophy to medicine.
Right. Yeah, the context of the word matters, and just throwing that in there doesn't mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean what you think it means.
If you do go to a reputable holistic practitioner, say a DO, a doctor, they're going to tell you this is all bullshit, so that just doesn't exist. So go on.
The best probable way to use crystals would be to work with the chakras, study the chakras a little bit, and then choose your stones, whatever you are drawn to.
Whatever you're drawn to.
There's some real good replicable
that's
evidence there.
testable.
Sure. Yeah.
And she brought up a chart that has the different chakras on it. And I just wanted to spend a second on this one. Top of the head is crown chakra, apparently.
Right.
Middle of the it says brow chakra, but I'm like, that looks like it says brown chakra. And I'm like, that's your butthole. Throat chakra, heart chakra, solar. So I'm guessing solar plexus, maybe. There's a spleen chakra. Naruto never told me anything about the spleen chakra.
There is a spleen chakra. Yeah, I had a dance teacher who taught us the chakras. She was really careful. She clearly believed in it, but she was really careful to make it be think about aligning those in your posture. It was actually practical use.
And then the last one has somebody sitting in the lotus position. And so I can't tell if the root chakra is supposed to be pointing at the feet or their vagina. I can't really tell because the feet are tucked right in there. So
it really depends on who you're talking to.
It's your
butthole.
It's at the bottom. Yeah, it's
your perineum.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of chakra work that's basically just Kegels.
I was gonna say it's a good thing I've been practicing with my jade egg.
Exactly.
Well, it's what you're drawn to. I'm personally a fan of the cylindrical soapstone, but
that rose quartz dildo that I have.
Oh yeah, rose quartz is nice.
So much energy just imbued into me from that thing.
I just like the crystals that when I get them, then they're wet, and then I go. That's my crystal that I'm drawn to.
Do dildos do that?
No.
If you do it right.
Or
you do it right. You're just going around an opening. Not gonna say which one.
It's like it's those stupid bowls that the mystics use where they tap it and they run the thing around.
I love those. They sound so pretty. The Tibetan singing bowl. They sound so pretty.
Just imagine someone slapping your ass with something like that and rubbing it around in a circle. And you're supposed to be going, ah.
God,
oh yeah, crystal healing. Sorry, healing stones.
We're never getting monetized again.
Actually, all of last week's batch went through. I was happy to see that. Maybe they're starting to realize. Fuck, can't stop them.
And you would place them on your 7 chakras with the appropriate colors. So the vibration of the color will match the vibration.
What is it with these people in vibration?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to get to the root of everything, the string theory, everything's just the vibration.
Yeah, I mean, they're apparently that's do vibrate, but like
no more than everything else.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. It's sure. There's no impact on.
That's
our
how my electronics over here are working. That's how. Vibration.
Yeah.
That's how these work.
They have no impact on our body.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
they're not that big.
Color vibrations. I mean, it's a wavelength, but I mean,
sure it is.
Yeah, but that's not a vibration, though.
It's a frequency. I don't. Anyway, I'm gonna let him say.
We're not science people, but we know that that's not how things work.
A lot of people will make a elixir, and they will take maybe sea salt or salt water from the ocean.
I do not suggest drinking salt water from the ocean. Do not do that.
Do not do that.
Or just plain water that's been sitting in the sunshine.
Also, danger if there's microorganisms and you leave it sitting out in the sun for too long.
Oh, then there's definitely microorganisms. There's definitely microorganisms.
Algae starts growing out of fucking nothing.
It can do that.
You'll be okay for the most part because we'd be a dead fucking species if we weren't able to drink standing water,
You would let your stone marinate in the water for maybe 24 hours, preferably during a full moon.
Oh my god.
I don't know that one. I got nothing. That doesn't. What?
Let a stone marinate. Usually it's the opposite of marination is like you taking the flavors from out and putting it within. You don't marinate the water with the...
Okay, so the whole thing, I swear, I think the reason that these people buy into this shit has, and I'm going based on me here.
Is because they lacked oxygen for too long at a point or something?
It's the aesthetics of the thing. It's all about the aesthetic. They really like the aesthetic of nature, of crystals. They like the aesthetic of the full moon and the idea of those things being
so do
connected
wolf shirters,
Yeah, I know. But that's why they like that shit too, and that's why they always talk about like the natural thing and alphas and shit. It's all the aesthetic around these things. They don't actually care if it's real or not. That's not really what matters to them. What's really appealing to them is the aesthetic of it.
I watched the lady. It would make for boring YouTube content, but the lady was like testing this guy's different body functions by having him laying on a table and putting your arm out straight, and she'd push against it when she was touching the different parts, and if it gave normal resistance, it was okay, but if his hand gave a little bit, it was like something that needed to be worked on. And then she's like, okay, we're going to work on this, and she flipped around and grabbed this fucking case and flipped it open and started applying all these stones on top of him, and I'm like, wow, you really believe this shit. It's like, it's crazy that this is a thing. But the funny thing is, like, most doctors, medicine, science-minded people, you go to one doctor, he'll tell you this thing. If you want to get healthier, do this. usually, I mean, and I'm using this as a very general terminology here. Usually you go to another doctor and they're probably going to tell you the same thing,
Very similar things, at least.
or something similar to it. They'll look at and see what the problem is, and they'll be like, okay, well, if you're having headaches all the time, you could do this, this, and this, and I'm going to give you some ibuprofen, something like that. And then you go to the other doctor. Well, he's going to be like, well, relax a little bit more, read under direct lighting instead of, trying to read in the dark, spend a little less time with your electronics, and here's some ibuprofen for your head. It's like, all of these things, they also have a common thing. You go to these crystal healers, I guarantee you, they're going to be different. It's a whole
Every
fucking
single
spectrum
time.
of one of these people. It's going to be somebody different with something different every fucking time.
No, but I really think that it's
Drinking
an aesthetic
seawater.
thing.
Fuck you.
Don't drink seawater, and don't drink water that's been left in the sun. But I really think that what really is appealing to them is the aesthetic of this thing, of bright colors and the feelings of warmth and connection. The idea of it is really what's appealing to them on an emotional level, rather than an actual founded belief. Because there is no consistency in their belief. Unlike where you find a lot of Christians, there's a lot of consistency in belief within sex. Yes, they have cognitive dissonance going on for sure, but there's a consistency within a singular belief a lot of the time, where these people really don't have any consistency in the spirituality, this wooey shit. Yeah, it's what they like. It's what you're drawn to. It's the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic.
Right. I want to see what else she's going to say.
And let the water absorb some of the essence from the gemstone. And then maybe once or twice a day, you would put a couple of drops on your tongue. A lot of people will use them really for medicinal purposes with different gemstones. And you can get more serious about it and add different herbs and flower essence. Ew. And bring about different vibrations and different feelings.
I'm just going to use words.
Project outwardly by drinking them. If
project
you're going to
outwardly.
use gemstones.
Project outwardly? I thought you wanted to project means. Inwardly.
Oh, I was going to say projecting usually means.
But then also, okay, so you probably could be fine if you took a couple of drops of water that have been sitting in the sun and put on your tongue.
Probably,
or a couple of drops of seawater, but
right.
I was just imagining Cabin Boy just drinking cups and cups of fucking seawater and seeing a floating cupcake, I
mean, wouldn't it by this logic, would it not just be more effective to swallow the rock?
No, you can't do that. It's way too much power. It's just way too powerful.
Please don't swallow rocks.
Don't swallow rocks, people. Don't put marbles up your nose. Don't put marbles.
Always have it always use a beveled end, and please don't starve yourself for 3 days or more.
Jade eggs are bullshit. Don't use those either.
No.
We're joking about putting stones in our asses too, so
no, stones don't go in those orifices. The stones don't go in orifices. You're not a toddler.
Because they're pores too. So
yeah, they're porous. You don't want to do that.
Nope.
It looks smooth from far, but if you zoomed in on it, you'd see lots of little holes in there. Anyway.
And rocks. You must believe. And I think that's the major part of it. And then do your homework.
Sure. Yeah. It only works if you believe it will work. Right.
You sneaky motherfucker.
And see what the ancients have told us for years.
Oh, the ancients.
The different properties, the different healing properties that gemstones have. So you can tune into that and tap into that. I say do your research and see what you're drawn to.
And
she's
almost
done.
From
there.
And take it from there. The ancients.
So she says do your research. You know what? I would encourage that. I would encourage people
absolutely encourage to
medicine. I would really encourage people to look into ancient medicine because it's nothing like this. It was actually, there was a lot of very dangerous and not good stuff, but there was also a lot of very clever and complex stuff. And not any of it was what you're drawn to. What's interesting is that there was a lot of ancient medicines that actually did treat ailments. There were contraceptive plants that women would take because it would reduce their chance of getting pregnant. There were painkillers and there were antiseptics. There was ancient surgery.
Chewing on willow bark,
Willow bark.
Yeah. because amazingly, even the ancient people, were able to figure some stuff out. And if it didn't work, they stopped trying it.
Well,
they didn't just like yell at the patient. Well, you're not believing
enough. There was, I'm sure there was, obviously there was a lot of ancient medicines that did not work. And I'm sure
you believe harder.
Placebo effect was probably a big part of that.
Oh, sure.
We know how powerful the placebo effect can be. It doesn't actually cure you. No. But yeah, there was a lot of ancient medicines that did work. So I would agree with her. Please do your research on actual ancient medicine, because once you do, one, you're going to find out that it was remarkably clever for what they were working with, and two, you don't want it. It is horrifying. Yeah. They were like burning people to like get parasites out of their skin, and they were like cutting people's heads open. And I saw a picture this week of ancient dental work done, and
bad. Yeah.
There was like wires wrapped around teeth and like tight. Oh my God, it's horrifying.
Just imagine having to just imagine what was the Tom Hanks movie where he was the cat. Was it Castaway? Yeah, Castaway.
Yeah, where he
had the septic tooth that he needed to take out. Yeah. Just imagine that being your medicine every fucking day of your life, and not having anything to dull the pain either. Because
well, if he had just stuck a crystal in there, it would have been fun.
So yes, please do.
He had plenty of seawater. He could have just soaked a couple of crystals in the seawater, and
there's all those rocks in that seawater already. How come it's not super fucking powerful?
Yeah, wait.
That's why. No, it's a conspiracy. That's why they tell you not to drink seawater.
I mean, you think about it. There's your swimming pools. They have lots and lots of rocks in them.
Also, she says salt water. Sodium chloride is a crystal already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're just adding extra crystals and just the
fun. Oh, you're doubling crystal power now, bitches.
Super crystal power.
Too much crystal power.
So why don't you just like soak all the crystals in it? Like, why should like pick the ones you're drawn to? Why wouldn't you just like be like, I don't know, crystals, water, there, done. I'll never get cancer.
And to use a dated reference, they're not rocks, they're minerals.